This is Liam Craig answering your Twitter questions only on Hibernian TV.
Liam, thanks for joining us here for #AskLiam. This Q&A has caused a bit of confusion because apparently there's a member of One Direction that shares the same name as well, so hopefully we won't have any questions about Harry Styles' hair. But first things first, if we can kick off with a question that was tweeted in by Ian, and he asks, how do you feel about being Hibs captain?
Yeah, it's a great honour. I've said in the past it's it's great to play for this football club, but when you're given the opportunity to captain it, it makes it that bit more special. And I think I've took to it well, and I'm really enjoying it.
Next question came in from Jamie Sinclair, who asks you a non-football related question. He asks you, what is your favourite band?
I'm not a massive music person, if I'm being honest. Definitely don't have any.
Simply Red?
Don't have any. I'm definitely not in charge of the iPod before games. That's left to Scott Robertson. I like a bit of everything. Stereophonics is probably up there. I like them, so I'll go with them.
Next question came in from Charlie Banks, who tweeted in the question, was the Derby winner the best goal you've ever scored?
I'm not sure if it's the best goal I've ever scored, but definitely up there with the most important goal I've ever scored. To lead the team out that night at Easter Road, a full house was excellent, and the atmosphere throughout. I've watched the game back a couple of times, and the atmosphere was incredible. And to score the winning goal is definitely up there with the most important ones and a special moment in my career.
Talk to us about the slide-in celebration then, because that's now, we've seen it both at Easter Road and now at Tannadice.
I don't know. It's just it's not something I plan, to be honest. It just happens, sort of thing. And I seen James doing it a couple of weeks ago, and I thought I'll have a bit of that as well.
Good man. Neely has tweeted in the question, how have the rest of the lads reacted to you being named skipper? Has it brought any added pressure?
No, I don't think it's brought added pressure on the park. I think off the park, obviously, you deal with one or two things that, as a player, you don't really know that the captain has to deal with. But on the park, I think we've showed in performances and results. Obviously, I'm wearing the armband, but it's an easy group to be captain of because there's such an honest group of players and hard-working group of players, and it makes being captain a lot easier.
Emma Ann Doherty has tweeted in the question, what do you think of the current squad, and how did it feel to be the Derby Day hero?
I think you look throughout. You just have to look at the boys that aren't in the squad just now to see how strong we are. And it's like I said earlier, a great bunch of players at the club, and it's nice now that we're getting the results that these players deserve because we're a hard-working group, an honest group. And it's good now that we're getting the results that we deserve.
David Smith has tweeted in the question, were you frustrated when John Hughes never brought you to Easter Road when he was appointed our manager? I mean, it's been on the cards a couple of times, hasn't it? Obviously, this is your local professional club to where you grew up, but it's great now you're eventually a Hibs player. Oh,
absolutely. I mean, people often ask me, why did I leave St Johnstone, obviously finishing third in the table last season, but when you look at you go back to Easter Road when we won 2-1 against Hearts, for nights like that, that's what you want to come to. You want to come here for big games like that, and you want to be successful. And regarding John Hughes, I don't think it was ever in question me coming to Hibs when he was manager, obviously, when I was at Falkirk with him. I left there to go to St Johnstone, and I had a great time there, as I've said in the past. And there was one or two wee things that might have happened when other managers were here, but it never came to anything. And I'm just glad it's happening now, and I'm delighted with how it's going, and hopefully we can finish the season strong.
How does it feel as a borderer to play for Hibs as well? Because two of the best players really to come out of that region, Bobby Johnston and John Collins, both really made their name here at Hibs. Now you're obviously following suit.
Yeah, like you say, it's obviously the local club to where I'm from, and Hibs, Hearts, Celtic and Rangers. When you're growing up, they're the four teams that everyone supports, and it's great to be here. I'd been to Easter Road when I was a youngster, and growing up, and it is a big club, and like I say, you keep going back to the atmosphere at the Derby, but it was special, and we hope for more nights like that at Easter Road.
Just moving on then, and Scott Purvis tweeted in the question, with the ground training centre and new management team, what do you feel can be achieved here at Hibs?
I think we're not getting too far ahead of ourselves. It's been a really positive start since the new management's came in. I think you look at the players, the staff, the fans as well. Everyone's bought in and responded to what he's brought to the club, and a lot of positive things are happening. So I think it's a case of there's a lot of games left between now and the end of the season in the league. We've got a game to look forward to in the Scottish Cup at home to Raith Rovers, and I think it's about taking each game as it comes and looking forward to it and winning games.
Obviously, you've now scored 9. How great would it be to reach double figures?
I think the last time I spoke to you, I'd scored 6, and we're hoping that it would be sooner rather than later that I'd get to 10. But I was a wee bit disappointed how long it's took to add to my goals I was getting earlier on in the season. But I'm pleased with how 2014 started, and as long as the team's winning, that's the main thing. I think it's good now and healthy for the squad that James Collins has got a couple of goals in recent weeks, and then you look, the defenders have been chipping in with goals, Scott Roberts and Paul Kearney as well. So there's goals throughout the team, and I think that's the pleasing thing now that we're getting goals from all over the park.